Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I'm going to talk about 5 mistakes you make during no contact. A lot of people don't know how to go no contact, or they think they're doing no contact, and they're really not doing no contact. So I'm going to talk about 5 biggest mistakes that people make when you go no contact. Number 1, let me talk about why we do no contact. We do no contact because we respect ourselves. That's why we do no contact. We don't do no contact to punish the narcissist. At that point, we couldn't care less what the narcissist thought, all right? They are now your past. Now, what you're doing by going no contact is you are preserving your peace. That's the whole goal, is to preserve your peace and to heal from whatever trauma or narcissistic abuse you went through, to be able to, heal and move on in your life. So let's dive right in with the 5 mistakes that people make during no contact. Number 1, this is a big one. You keep looking at their social media. And I know it's hard. When you first go no contact, you're going to be going crazy wondering what the narcissist is doing. Are they out? Are they out with somebody else? Are they sad? Are they missing you? What's going through the mind of the narcissist? Well, when you look at their social media, automatically a narcissist is going to assume that you are going to check their social media. So what a lot of them do is they're going to either put pictures up of them out having a great time, partying, enjoying their life. They want to stick it to you. They want you to suffer, and they feel like, okay, you're going to be spying on their social media. So they're going to put something up that's going to try to trigger you. This is why it's best to not even look at their social media. Who cares what the narcissist is doing, okay? And understand that no matter what they post, 90% of the time, they're doing it to incite you, okay? So try not to look at the narcissist social media. Look forward. Don't look back, okay? The other thing that they'll do is not only will they try to incite you with the social media, they may even put insulting memes or say, derogatory comments about you. Narcissists are infamous for this. They love to put up comments like, one day I'll meet somebody who's not a cheater, or some people don't appreciate a good man or a good woman. They're going to make little innuendos and comments on their social media with posts, and they're going to make it public too, because they want you to see it. That's going to, be derogatory. It's going to try to, devalue you, make you out to be the problem, try to credit, character assassinate you, can I just meet a normal person that's not bipolar? These are the kind of things the narcissist is going to do to try to provoke you, because they want you to reach out. They want you to break that no contact. They want to incite you, and they want to, make you feel like you lost something. Or what they want to do is they want to provoke you to the point where you get angry, you contact them, and you say, I saw what you put, or something like that. Don't ever do it. Don't ever do it. You ever do that, the narcissist knows that they have you hook, line, and sinker. No contact means no contact. You don't want that narcissist to know anything about what's going on with you, or, anything, okay? So try to stay off the social media. What's the next mistake that people do during no contact? They automatically assume that the narcissist, is home and, they're missing them. Here's what you got to understand. That narcissist never, ever really was emotionally attached to you. They put on a good act. They were never all in. This is what people have to realize. The narcissist was never all in. So when you go no contact with the narcissist, what most of them are doing is initially they're not worried about you. They're going to bounce to the other supply that they may have had on the other side, on the side rather, and they're going to love bomb the hell out of that other person because now they realize that they're hitting a wall with you. You've gone no contact. Or what they'll do is they'll contact their exes, their other exes, and try to rekindle that fire. They'll go hoovering their exes, or they have another supply on the side that they're going to be giving all their time and attention to. So never assume, this is what people do, never assume that the narcissist is mourning the loss of you initially, okay? Because initially they're not going to be mourning the loss of you. By the time you go no contact, I guarantee you that narcissist has another supply already in place, or they have somebody that they're talking to because they saw. Narcissists are perceptive. They saw that the relationship was breaking down. So they made sure they lined up that person to be able to monkey branch over to them by the time you decided to go no contact. So just assume that, they're going to be out trying to get it in and get as much supply as they can. And they're also going to be doing it to get revenge on you. The narcissist is going to be angry when you go no contact. That is a narcissistic injury, whether you realize it or not, because you're showing the narcissist you don't want to be bothered with them. You're not putting up with their nonsense. You're not begging them. So that narcissist is going to be angry. And what a lot of them may do is they may go out there and may sleep around like crazy as revenge against you. They feel like, oh, okay, you want to go no contact? Oh, you think you're independent? Oh, you think you're better than me? Oh, you're showing me you don't need me? Well, I'm going to show you I don't need you, and I'm going to go sleep around as revenge sex against you. This is what a lot of them do, you guys, all right? Narcissists, they do that a lot. So never assume that they're sitting there and they're mourning, okay? They're not mourning. They may feel the loss later on when they're not doing so good, but initially when you first start the no contact, they may even enjoy the freedom to be able to go and do what they want and not have to worry about you calling or texting them. Now they have their freedom. And they automatically assume that you're going to break that no contact and you're going to be coming back, all right? They assume that. And then when you don't break that no contact and they are having a dry spell, as we say, or they're not doing good, that's when they're going to come back and try to hoover you. That is if they're not doing well, okay? Next, on mistakes that people make during no contact, responding to the narcissist. There are rare instances during no contact where the narcissist may reach out. This happens. And when does it happen, you guys? On holidays and birthdays, generally. Nobody comes out of the woodwork faster than a narcissist on a holiday or your birthday, okay? So that's when you get that text, happy birthday, and nothing else is said. Or they say something like, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year or something like that. And they may do it from their own number or they may do it from a random number that you don't know, okay? Because maybe you block them or something and you get this text from a random number. 9 times out of 10, guess what? It's probably them, okay? Doing it to put them in your mind again. Don't respond to it, okay? This is what the mistake people do. They'll respond to it and they'll say, Merry Christmas back to them or something, or thank you for the happy birthday. No contact means no contact. Any contact with the narcissist is feeding the narcissist. Do not respond. Remember what this person did to you. Remember how they played you for a fool and they thought you were a fool because they lied to you, they gaslit you, they manipulated you. Remember what this person did to you. They don't deserve a response, okay? So that's their way of kind of getting their foot in the door. It starts with a text like that over something else, like a birthday, a holiday, to wish you a happy birthday or something like that. And then if you respond, then the next text you might get is, how you been? Okay? Or how you doing? This is so the sneaky, snaky narcissist can get their foot in the door and open the line of communication between the two of you. no response. You want to show that narcissist that you mean business, that, you're not going back to what you went back to. If you give in that easily, that narcissist knows they got you. They know that all they have to do is give it some time, hit you up on a birthday or holiday, and they automatically feel like you'll break, okay? And especially they like birthdays and holidays because it's a sentimental time, all right? People are very, very emotional during the holidays, emotional during birthdays, so they feel like they love to get you when you're down, all right? Or get you when you're vulnerable or something like that. And that's, a lot of times during holidays and birthdays, and they figure, oh, you might respond, right? Don't respond. Do not respond, okay? What's the next thing that narcissists will do with the no contact, that people make a mistake? The other thing that they'll do is they'll try to provoke you. If they can't get you by doing it the nice way, they're going to do it the dirty way by trying to provoke you. So again, they may post something on social media to provoke you, that insults you indirectly. This is very covert. Narcissists do this. They don't call you out necessarily by your name, but they'll say things like, some women don't know when they have a good man. They just like to sleep around. They're going to describe you as what they are, okay? Or they're going to do something that's going to really, really provoke you. They may become friendly with your enemies, all right? Narcissists will do this. They'll become friendly with your enemies in order to provoke you so that you be like, what are you doing contacting my friends or something? They're trying to get a response out of you. Don't do it. Don't do it. You have to just distance yourself from them. And if they're friendly with your friends, if they're a real friend, you tell them have no contact with the narcissist. And if they do, they're not a real friend. Okay. The other thing too is, and the other mistake that people make when going no contact is they talk to people that know the narcissist. See, anybody that's connected with the narcissist is dangerous in the sense that they're going to go back and tell the narcissist everything that you tell them. They are the flying monkeys. They're going to tell them when you're happy, when you're sad, how you're doing, if you're dating, whether you're missing them, whether you're not missing them. It's giving the narcissist information. It's feeding the narcissist about your life. And the more the narcissist knows about your life, the more they know how to come in and try to manipulate you, okay? Let's say you start dating somebody new, and that mutual person who knows the narcissist is asking you, oh, how you doing? And you say, well, I'm good. I'm dating somebody new. First thing they're going to do is go to the narcissist and tell them. What's that narcissist going to do? They're going to try to fuck it up for you. They're going to try to hoover you, tell you how much they love you, how much they miss you, send you romantic videotapes to make you think about them. And what's that going to do? That's going to mess you up from starting out with this new person, because the narcissist is now coming back and getting in your head, and they're doing it deliberately. Not so much because they miss you, they love you and all of that, because if they really loved you and missed you, they would never take a chance of letting you go. They're doing it because they don't want you to move forward in your life and be happy with someone else, all right? They're jealous. So they're going to, if you are friends with somebody that knows the narcissist, or know somebody that knows the narcissist, and you tell them about your personal business, they are going to go tell that narcissist, and that narcissist is going to sabotage you. Okay? So that's a mistake that people make. They have a mutual contact with the narcissist, and they tell them too much of their personal business that gets back to the narcissist. And some people come back to me and say, well, I'm not going to cut off everybody. All right. If you don't want to cut off everybody that's connected to the narcissist, just don't tell these people your business, your personal business, because they most definitely are going to be two-faced and be going back and telling that narcissist. All right. That's a mistake that you make during no contact. All right. Next, so we don't respond to them. We don't look at their social media. We try to stay away from people that are friendly with the narcissist. We don't assume that they're home crying over you. Okay. What's the next mistake that people make while doing no contact? They don't get out of the house. Okay. You're sitting home depressed, hoping that narcissist is suffering over you. And guess what? That narcissist is out having a good time. That's what's going on. That narcissist is trying to fill in that void of the loss of you with a lot of other supply. So they're trying to, get all that emptiness out by being with a lot of people or being with someone else, and you're sitting home depressed, all right? You need to get out of your comfort zone, get out of the house, get together with friends, get together with family, go to social groups, meetups, things, and get yourself going. Get busy, okay? This is what you do. You get busy during no contact, because when you're alone, when you're isolated, that's when that anxiety and depression will settle in and put you into a black hole, okay? So you have to fight that. This is what you have to do. You have to fight that. And the way you fight that is by keeping busy and being around other people socially. Okay. And you may not want to do this. You may just be mourning, the loss of the relationship or the loss of the marriage. And sometimes you just need your alone time. And I get that. But at some point, you've got to force yourself out of that comfort zone and get yourself busy and get other things going on in your life. Okay. And that's where people make a mistake, because they go into a black hole, they get depressed, and they have a hard time getting out of that. All right. You have to understand something. You had a life before the narcissist, and you're going to have a life after the narcissist. And you've got to center in on the other things in your life besides that narcissist. That narcissist, you should never put all your eggs in that basket. All right. Because when you do, and you feel a loss of that person, that's what makes people crumble, because they depended on that narcissist to fulfill them and make them happy. And then when that narcissist turns their back, disappoints them, discards them, that's when these people are crushed, right? So you've got to get other things going in your life so that you don't get to that mindset. Okay. Or you get out, you get therapy. All right. You get therapy, you go to the gym, you get physical exercise, you do other things that are working to benefit yourself. You do self-care, all of these kind of things. But a mistake that people make during no contact is they neglect themselves. Okay. They stop taking care of themselves. They may get, depressed. Like I said, they're not taking care of themselves. They're sitting in the house all day. So a big mistake that people make is that they don't get out of the house. Get out of the house. Even if it's a walk at the park, get out of the house. All right. So these are all the mistakes that people make during no contact. And remember what I told you from the beginning. The whole purpose of no contact is to preserve your peace and to heal so that you can move on in your life. You've already came to the point where you realize that the narcissist is no good for you, all right? They're not who you thought they were. Now it's time to regroup, okay? Regroup, rebirth, and move on and realize that the world doesn't live and breathe the narcissist. There's a whole world out there with millions of people that could make you happy, not just that toxic person who will waste your life away, okay? Believe it or not, sometimes the best thing that ever happens to people is no contact, because that's when they get their strength back. That's when they get their power back. And that's when you're going to really see the narcissist for who they are, is when you distance yourself from that person. Because when you're in it, you're not going to see it, okay? You're not going to see it. It's like some therapists or some narc influencers will say, oh, you have to go back to the narc, 6, 7, 8 times and get kicked in the teeth till you finally get it. I say you need to distance yourself, regroup, educate yourself, study what went on in the relationship, and that way you'll be able to see them for who they really were. Take a look at who you're dealing with. Who is this person? What is their past track record? That tells you so much. All you got to do is look at somebody's track record. It tells you who you're dealing with, all right? Because the greatest indicator of future behavior is prior behavior. So, no contact is for yourself, for healing, for self-care. It's not to sit there and mourn the narcissist and everything like that. If they really cared, they would be making an effort to resolve conflict with you if they really cared, but they don't, okay? The only one the narcissist cares about is themselves. That's it. Themselves and sometimes their toxic family. So, where are you going to go with that? Nowhere. Do you want to be kissing their ass the rest of their lives or letting them do whatever the hell they want to do and live like that and be miserable? You're going to be miserable if you're with them. So you might as well be on your own, get your strength together and be able to, go meet other people that will lift you up than being with that toxic person who insults you, judges you, criticizes you, isn't there for you when you need them. Who needs them? Okay. They're not as great. Believe me, they're not what you think they were. Because if they were so great, you would not be listening to a Narcissism podcast right now. Okay. And that's what you got to get through your head. If they were so great, you would not be listening to a Narcissism podcast right now. All right. They're not great. But what they did is they fooled you with that niceness, with that love bombing. They fooled you into thinking that they were something that they weren't. You need to get that reality check, get that cognitive dissonance out of your brain and say to yourself, no, not today, Satan. I've got to focus. I've got to see this person for exactly who they are. Just because somebody's nice doesn't mean that they're a nice person. Plenty of toxic, evil people use niceness to manipulate someone. And that's exactly the narcissist. And that's exactly what the devil does. Okay? Doesn't come as your enemy. They come as your friend. Remember that. All right? In life, remember that. Those are the ones you got to watch. All right? I'm not saying that people that come to you that are nice, everybody's, narcissist or the devil, not by any means. But that's why you got to vet them out. And like I said, I'm going to, I've done a podcast. I got to publish it for you guys about vetting out the narcissist. And that will help you to be able to, see this person for who they are and make it clearer to you to get rid of that cognitive dissonance in your brain. And that's all part of no contact as well, because the no contact is so that you regain your peace, you heal, you're able to move on and work on yourself and self-care. And you don't need that narcissist coming back to disrupt that. That's why no response. Not one fucking word to that narcissist. Not one fucking word. You want to show them that you mean business, that you respect yourself, and nobody's going to treat you like that ever again. You hear me? Remember what this person did to you. All right. So I hope that helps you guys. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. If you're looking for confidential one-on-one phone coaching, check out the link in the bio at askyaz.wixsite.com/thegameexposed. If you're confused, you don't know if you're dealing with a narcissist, you don't know if they're covert, overt, grandiose, malignant, and you need some help and you need clarity and you need advice, check out that link in the bio for confidential phone session, okay? Check out my TikTok at The Game Exposed, YouTube. Everything's laid down on YouTube, over 6,000 videos where I cover almost everything at The Game Exposed Podcast. Instagram is The Game EXP123, and Facebook for now is The Game EXP777. And have a great day.